I don't know how to explain this though, but definitely I'm blown away.
Okay.
Definitely blown away. But it always felt like it was coming one way or the other.
Okay.
Because while I was here doing the music in Nigeria for years, I always had, listen, you would do better internationally. Why don't you travel out? Blah, blah, blah. I kept getting that a lot.
Okay.
As much as I was still doing the same Afrobeat like every other person, just like Will rightly said. He said he heard the Ghana girl and it sounded different.
Okay.
You feel me? So I always knew, you know what? All it would take is just either I step out or I get that recognition from the outside market.
Okay.
And just like it happened, you feel me? He heard it and he was like, you know what? John, and when I heard the Come Closer song, I felt like, now this is what I would love to be doing, like constantly. Okay. As much as I have so much love for the Afrobeat.
And for us to make that big leap and sign Reggie as our first international artist, that was huge. That was really huge because in our community, it's like Afro is the biggest thing. Afro music's the biggest thing right now.
Okay.
And for us, the first Polynesian like group to grab someone from Nigeria or like, you know, where Afro was birthed, you know, like that's really massive. So I just can't imagine what's gonna come next. I know it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. But we'll just, you know, we'll take it step by step. So we're breaking the rules of this whole structure of like, you know, building up an artist. So we're gonna bring Reggie here, make him blow up on this side of the world, and then slowly work his way back into Nigeria, and everyone will go, "Oh wow, where's this guy from?" But they didn't know he was.
They didn't know he was here before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's the plan. My name is Abisola. I work with Legit.ng in Nigeria, and I think a couple of days ago I was introduced to your sound, and I heard the clip. I think I heard the clip of the song maybe yesterday night or this morning. I really cannot remember. Then I watched the video today, and in my mind I was like, "This is groovy, man!" Like that's the word I came to my mind. This is a groovy song. Like you hear, it hasn't left my head since I heard it.
I know.
It hasn't left.
Wow.
It hasn't left my head since I heard it. Okay. So let me start from there. How did the whole idea come together? So let me start from Will. So Will, talk to me about it. How did the whole idea for the song come together?
So, Come Closer, we started on that song around about this time last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was right when the first lockdown happened in New Zealand. Me and some of the boys in the team just locked ourselves in the studio. Started, and Connects, who's the guy that, one of our artists that sings the first verse, he came up with the verse, and then Switchy, he came up with the hook.
Okay.
And then we knew we had to get someone else in there, but we just couldn't figure out who.
Okay.
So we sat on that song ever since last year. And then fast forward to the end of last year, or early this year, is when I came across Reggie.
Okay.
But I came across Reggie through his song Ghana Girl.
Okay.
Yeah, so once I heard Ghana Girl, I was like, wow, who is this guy? And I looked him up. I saw the streams. I was like, why isn't this guy blowing up? I was like, this track is fire. I was like, this, what? So yeah, I thought I'll hit him up. I tapped into social media, reached out to him, and yeah, he was quick. He got back to me and said, yeah, let's do some work. And then straight away, it just clicked. I was like, he's the one for the second verse.
Oh, wow.
And knowing Reggie, man, he's a magician. I sent him the track, and probably like a day or two, he sent it back finished.
Wow.
And that was one take. He did it one take.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's Reggie.
Wow, that's amazing. One take. So we should call you Reggie One Take God now.
That's how hungry I am, man.
That's nice. That's nice. That's really, really nice. Okay, so I've heard the story of how the idea and everything came together, and luckily, Reggie, you were ready at the right time. You have been putting out stuff before now. So when we reached out and everything, so how was the whole idea for you when he reached out? What was going through your mind when he reached out?
At the time, it didn't feel like, because I already had a lot of things going on. I had tracks I was recording.
Okay.
So my management, Matt, when he was like, hey, so didn't feel like it was a huge project. It just felt like, hey, jump on this track. Let's see what we got.
Okay.
So when I heard the track, I loved it from the onset. I just fell in love with the track. You feel me? So that was even part of the motivation that enabled me create that amount of great melody and, so I jumped on that track immediately. The next day, I was like, yo, check this out. And they never changed a single pin from that tape. Like, I was like, whoa, nah, this is meant to be. You feel me? Basically, man, it was as smooth as that. It was as smooth as that, for real.
Okay, so Reggie is based in Abuja and Will is in New Zealand.
Correct.
Yes. Okay, so from New Zealand, you heard him and you reached out. So it makes it mind-blowing to me. Do you understand? Yes, because I thought you all were together. I thought you guys were together there and you just make music and everything. So here
I'm from the future.
I like that. Okay, so you had heard Ghana Girl, you had seen what you had seen, the streams and everything, and you decided that he was the perfect fit for this particular song. So is it safe to say that you like Nigerian music, you like Afro beats? Even though it's not all Nigerian songs, all Nigerian genres are not Afrobeat, but
so in New Zealand and Polynesian community, Afro music is really big here. Okay. So in Auckland, Wellington, Australia, parts of Australia, a lot of Polynesians, they really dig. I don't know what it is, but there's some kind of connection when like my type of people, like Polynesians, hear Afro. It's like an automatic connection. It's just somewhere down the line. We're connected. But yes.
Wow.
And then it was just like that when I heard Ghana Girl from Reggie, and then just on top of that, the way he sounded, his tone, it was different. It was nothing like I've heard before.
Okay.
So I thought, man, this guy will be the perfect one to like complete the puzzle.
Okay.
And
so in my mind, I'm trying to imagine how that even happened. Do you get, the internet? Definitely how you connected with Reggie a couple of years ago. It would have not been possible. The possibility of it happening would have been very, very.
Yeah.
Would have been very. So which artists do they feel over there? Which Nigerian artists do you think the music is doing well? Oh, where you are?
Well, first it started with forgot her name, Adina.
Oh, okay.
Adina, and then Guami, Eugene's music started coming through, and then a whole lot of other ones. I forgot their names. Like Burna Boy.
It's usually around the type of sound. You feel me?
Yeah.
You probably fell in love with the drums, the beat. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because they almost all sound alike from your end. Or maybe we might be the ones to know, like, differentiate.
There's a difference between.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's interesting to note that Burna Boy, Eugene, and Adina, like you mentioned, that songs are popping where you are. So Reggie, let me ask you now. When the whole thing came together in your mind, I think was Ghana Girl your first single?
Yeah, officially. Yeah.
Your first official single was Ghana Girl.
Yeah.
And your next,
I had an EP.
Okay.
I already had an EP out, but that was like 2018, 2019.
Okay. Okay.
But officially, it was Ghana Girl. That was like the official
first.
out.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that now your next single was an international collaboration. This is something many people pray and fast before it happens. So how does that make you? How does that? No. Honestly, it's the truth. No matter how you think about it, you have an international song that is just slowly climbing up the charts now, and hopefully, you never know how big it's going to be. So, how did that make you feel? You know, with the international, you don't do that international level now. So, how did it make you feel?
I don't know how to explain this though, but definitely I'm blown away.
Okay.
Definitely blown away. But it always felt like it was coming one way or the other.
Okay.
Because while I was here doing the music in Nigeria for years, I always had, listen, you will do better internationally. Why don't you travel out? Blah, blah, blah. I kept getting that a lot.
Okay.
As much as I was still doing the same Afrobeat like every other person, just like Will rightly said. He said he heard the Ghana Girl and it sounded different.
Okay.
You feel me? So I always knew, you know what? All it would take is just either I step out or I get that recognition from the outside market.
Okay.
And just like it happened, you feel me? He heard it and he was like, you know what? And when I heard the Come Closer song, I felt like, now this is what I would love to be doing, like constantly. Okay. As much as I have so much love for the Afrobeat, I would always want to take it a step, you know, just up a notch a little bit. Mm-hmm. And the featuring production platform enabled me to do that.
Okay.
So it just felt like, yeah, exactly what I've been waiting for. You feel me? Well, like, but you're right. You're right. I mean, it's quite a big deal.
Yes, it is. No matter how you think about it, it is now. So
I know.
I heard you mention that people have been telling you, to look at the international market, and I don't know. Did you at some point did you move out of Nigeria?
Well, no. I was born in Germany, so I came back to the country.
You came. When did you come back to the country? Was this long ago? Or?
Very early age. Very early. So it's been school. It's been, I studied architecture. So all the parents with the pressure, I'll go to school, do this, do that. But I always had music on the side. So it almost felt like, no matter what I did, I always fell back to the music. So it never was something I felt like was, how people are just waiting for when they will blow. Okay. It didn't feel like that for me. It just felt like, just keep doing it.
It was going to happen.
Doesn't matter where it takes you to. You feel me? Okay. So now that we're here, it never felt like it was never going to happen. You feel me?
Okay.
And I think that's probably what gives me the gratitude and the humility to accept such responsibility to carry this kind of,
That's interesting. So, Will, let me ask you now. So, before now, the possibility of we Nigeria getting to hear from Fijian Productions, getting to see the other artists that were on the song and getting to hear your vibe, the possibility was really almost, I don't want to say non-existent, but it could have happened, but it wasn't going to happen as fast as this has happened now. So I'd like to know your own background in music. How did it start for you? Reggie just told me he was born in Germany. He always knew he was going to do it. So for you now, how did it start?
Well, for me, music pretty much started at church at a young age.
So hold on. So that's how the story is. A lot of Nigerian artists will tell you he started in the church. So that's how it is outside. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So
from
I was,
the church.
Yeah. So I was a little kid and my parents always used to drag me to church. And then there was, I think I was 7 or 5 when I first picked up the guitar.
Okay.
And then I was about 10 or 11 when I first started playing in church.
Okay.
And then from there, music was just around constantly. Everywhere I went was just music. I had no plan B. There was no plan B beside music.
You had no plan.
I wasn't that smart like Reggie to do. I can take that. The only thing.
No, don't.
Okay.
I wish I had a plan B like Reggie, but nah, there was just. This is it. I had to make this happen.
So you had no choice. You had to succeed.
There was no choice.
You make it. Okay, so talk to me about the industry in New Zealand now. I personally am always interested to know how things work outside this country, because in Nigeria, Reggie knows what I'm talking about. Making music here is. I won't say anything more. We are enjoying. We are enjoying.
Tell him.
we are enjoying all the. Everybody's looking at the music, and Burna Boy just won a Grammy. Whiskey just won a Grammy.
Yeah.
These guys, they are at the top of their game. Everybody's feeling their stuff, but many people don't realize these guys have been hustling, busting their butts off to get to this particular point. And even when the industry wasn't accepting of some of their sound at the beginning, they still strived and continued. Here the music is usually there's this Nigerian proverb: your money in your hand and your back on the ground. That's how it is in the industry here. It's very, very capital intensive. Do you understand? So how is the industry in New Zealand? What are the similarities and some of the, now that you're working with Reggie? So
in New Zealand, I would say it's almost the same. It's like real cutthroat. And trying to get your sound into the mainstream platform it's hard. Like, you gotta grind and bust your ass through to try and get through. And like they're saying, they always say it's like, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And that kind of helps at the same time. So I was fortunate enough to like come up through music to play in this band. It's a well-known reggae band in New Zealand. They're called Three Houses Down.
Okay.
So I was playing with them for a few years, early 2000. And then because my parents were really strict at church, they had to pull me out.
Oh.
Because I was about 17, 18, and I was already playing at nightclubs.
Wow.
So ever since pulling out then, and then then I started doing the recording. That's when technology started growing. Like you can start recording yourself at home. And then fast forward from there to now, the biggest thing now is like everyone's like the whole Polynesian community is all about pushing each other.
Oh,
and
okay.
And it's really big here. It's really big here in Australia and New Zealand. Like all the Polynesians helping support like local artists, and for us to make that big leap and sign Reggie as our first international artist, that was huge. That was really huge because in our community, it's like Afro is the biggest thing. Afro music's the biggest thing right now.
Okay.
And for us, the first Polynesian like group to grab someone from Nigeria or like, where Afro was birthed, like that's really massive. So I just can't imagine what's gonna come next. I know it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big, but we'll just we'll take it step by step.
Amazing. The next question I was going to ask was one of the. Did you really think, now that it's happened in my mind? I'm like, okay, I'm focused. I'm just trying to put myself in your shoes. You see, I'm focused on the New Zealand market now, and you did this song with this guy, and you felt that okay, the next thing to do was to sign him. When Nigeria over here, when we think about signing anybody, we don't look at countries outside the UK, the US. You understand? That's where we all look at. But here you are, a company from New Zealand and from the region of Australia signing a Nigerian act.
Yeah.
So you hear how he sounds.
Yeah.
You hear how he sounds. Okay, so Reggie,
it's the flip.
Yeah, it's a flip.
So we're trying to we're breaking the rules of this whole structure of like building up an artist. So we're gonna bring Reggie here. Make him blow up on this side of the world, and then slowly work his way back into Nigeria, and everyone will go, "Oh wow, where's this guy from?" But they didn't know he was.
They didn't know he was here before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's the plan. So that's the plan. Reggie, how does that now I know you guys
I'm leaving you behind. I'm leaving you behind.
I know you guys must have had conversations and everything about this, but from my own point of view, I have to ask you, how does this sound? I want you go and blow up in a place different from what you know. Can I ask, are you ready for such a huge, because it's a huge responsibility these guys want to put on your shoulders? So are you ready for this? Yeah.
Am I ready?
Yes.
Am I ready?
I have to ask you.
Am I ready?
I have to ask.
Listen. I don't think I would be able to do anything in small quantity. So that this came this big, I'm in. I mean, and the truth is, it's just the beginning. You feel me?
Okay.
I'm just a representation of this idea of global networking, where we listen to this story and believe it, where we all met on the internet and started this. I mean, I know what it takes to build trust, to a whole lot of things, friendship, the vibe, the connection. These are not things that in 10 years we felt like the internet could provide. Yeah, we could hear each other and talk to each other, but this kind of opened a different doorway to the possibilities on how we can connect with each other worldwide, not just musically. I mean, so many other ways. Okay. And you know how it is here in Africa, where you need to step out to come back. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You feel me? It just feels like we have what it takes, but we need to kind of build that discipline, that mindset of winning. And you have to always step out to come back, And this is basically the opportunity that we have. I mean, I would never have believed. Maybe I would have seen it come from the US, maybe from the United Kingdom, but New Zealand. I mean, for real, I've been so excited because I'm like, this is virgin ground. This is like fresh terrain. Like, guys, let's go over here and see what we can do. Let's see how we can connect things. And also, they also coming back over here. You feel me? Because I mean, from a whole lot of conversations I've had with Will and the crew, there are so many similarities when it comes to our cultural background. You would be blown away. Yeah. Right? And you just be like, this is 12 hours away. I mean, it's probably 6 p.m. here, and it's 6 a.m. over there.
Over there, yeah.
Somehow, I know we share so many similarities. You feel me? So, I mean, when it comes to the responsibility, I don't even think it's the problem, man. It's not a problem.
I admire.
Another example is Israel Adesanya.
Yes. Israel.
He's from here.
Yes, he is.
There you go.
And he's carrying the Nigerian flag with him
everywhere he goes.
Yeah, so our plan is we're gonna work on a lot on Reggie's new material that we've got in the vault. And shout outs to Matt, who was Reggie's manager, also my business partner. Okay. We're trying to build this platform for Reggie, because we know that Reggie by himself is going to take off here in New Zealand and make his way back to Nigeria. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, he does have a few artists lined up that he wants to bring into the label. So we'll see how it goes. But I know there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up with Reggie's music. And he's definitely going to make Nigeria proud.
He has no choice. This is like yeah. I can't right off the top of my head, I can't think of any Nigerian musicians who have gone over there and that have the what's it called, the resources like you guys are going to give to him. Yeah. Do you understand? Yeah, so I can't think. So he has no choice. He had better make us proud.
The whole idea is to combine forces and send out beautiful songs, and also hope that these songs would, gladden people's hearts, make people smile, heal people, because just like where this whole thing started from, the core of this whole thing started from the lockdown. Okay. So it wasn't a time to think of anything positive. So, but we decided, we were like, you know what? No, we're doing this. And now today we're celebrating it. You know, you can see the video literally depicting people who've lost contact with themselves. You know, I'm far off over here. Everybody wants to come closer. So that's basically where the world is coming. It's at this point right now. We're healing. We're coming back into how the world used to flow, though it will never get back to how it used to be. But this time around, we've understood that we can do so much with so little.
Okay.
We can do so much with so little. So that's basically what this whole plan is, you know, to just spread love.
Spread love. I like that. I also like the fact that, you know, you mentioned that this whole thing, this whole business, the fact that you guys are working together, the music you're putting out, all started as a result of the pandemic. So probably if it didn't happen, it might have taken much longer to happen. But
you feel me?
Yes, that's amazing. That's amazing. So Reggie, thank you very much for speaking with me. This was amazing. I wish I had a lot more time. I'd have loved to, you know, sit down. Hopefully one day I'm going to come to New Zealand and we have the opportunity to actually chill and, you know, reminisce on this conversation we had a couple of years ago. Do you understand? So, guys, thank you very much for speaking with me. I really wish you the best.
You're welcome,
Reggie, I wish you the best. Win, I wish you the best. I like the fact that you looked towards this part of the world and you saw gold in the person of Reggie, and you're willing to, you know, make him bigger than he is already. That's amazing, no matter how you think about it. So guys, thank you very much. I wish you the very best.